All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakadash.
We want to give them honors to our apostles, great millstone, who teach very well. But we like the truth from the salvation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push his word in our truth, faith, and sincerity, man. And yeah, we're here again, week in, and we got to prophesy against this wicked place called America, man. You know, we got the brothers from Huntsville down, the brother Isaiah, but at the same time, the faces change and the places might change, but guess what? The story stays the same. And the main part of the story is what? The downfall of this so-called white man system. Just before we cut the camera on, it was 3 people, the Edomites that walked by, and one key factor, this guy, he had a Georgia shirt on, and one of those key factors on one of his shirts, he said panic. He asked what this thing about. We told him what it was about. And he said, you guys are not in charge of it. Guess who's in charge of it though, man? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know, we got it up.
God, Ezekiel 35:1.
Spirit. Call law Yahweh. I was just about to say that. You got it up.
God, Ezekiel 35:1. He says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
It says, set thy face against Mount Seir, man. And Mount Seir is America, man. In this beast system as a whole. And the reason why we turn our face against it, because this place is totally an adverse kingdom against the Lord. You got it, huh?
He says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yeah, it says, thus saith unto it, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And because that's why we put our precepts. We put our precepts when we speak against this place. We're not shooting from the hip. We're not guessing the things like that. And we're not speaking things of our own accord. We say, this is the book of Revelations. You know? You got to know what?
It said, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. And I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Yes, the Lord, he is stretching out his hand against you in the form of his prophets. But ultimately, that's going to lead to destruction, man. That's going to lead into Yahweh Shah coming and stretching out his hand and destroying this place, man. You got it, huh?
It says, I will lay thy cities waste.
Yeah, and that's the spirit. That's how you know America is on the scene. Because America have more states, and not states, but cities than states, man. But they got 50 states and they have hundreds of thousands of cities, man. Not to count the small towns. But again, that's one thing that the Lord had pushed forth even in Revelations, the 18th chapter, that great city, places like New York, LA, Atlanta, Miami, those great cities are going to be destroyed because of how Ba'ashem Yahushua declared it. And the reason why he declared it, because that shit is wicked, man. And then you go into New York, now matter of fact, you go to Atlanta. It could be 5 or 10 minutes, man, and you're going to see something that's vile there, man. Whether it be a man that's dressed like a woman dressed like a man, a nigga commit adultery. You know, you see one of them bitches from Real Housewives of Atlanta out there. The Lord got to do away with all these things and start it over with righteousness, man. You got it, bro.
Yeah, this second Ezra 4, in verse 26, it says, Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasted fast to pass away.
He said, this world is hastening fast to pass away, this current kingdom. Because ultimately, wickedness cannot last long. Righteousness lead into immortality, but wickedness and sins lead to what? Death. That's the reason why Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't a prosperous kingdom even until this day, man. You know? It was a prosperous kingdom for a moment of time, but the Lord cast that place down. You got it, bro.
If I make back to the point, Wisdom of Solomon 1:15, for righteousness is immortal.
Yeah, for righteousness is immortal. Because again, if you be righteous, the Lord will save you. And that's the spirit. Let us save you, man. You know, that's the angels, man. You know, and it ain't like that's a coincidence and things like that. We're preaching the word and something like that come by. Now, it was all written about the story. But again, the reason why we need to be saved, because we're righteous living in the midst of a wicked situation, man. You know, that's why the Spirit say that he that departed from evil, making himself a prey. If I call a nigga a faggot, now I'm the bad guy. But don't you like boys? You know what I'm saying? Things like that shows you that this current kingdom is ass backwards. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmity.
Yes, this world is exalted in wickedness, man. In order to make you have to commit wickedness, man. Another nigga, George Floyd, he was a known drug dealer and porn star. But again, this nigga died and they exalted him more than they exalt Yahweh Shai, man. Showing you that this kingdom actually surrounds and revolves around that left-handed energy, or that left-handed side. You know, in order for you to be a great guy and a great man in this society, you have to bow down to the women. You know, you have to accept faggots, you have to eat pork and go along with the get along. But guess what? Righteousness comes with a standard, man. You know, ultimately trying to better ourselves so we can be fit for the kingdom. You got it. Hold it real quick. You got it, bro.
This is John 7:7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil.
You got it, bro.
Kind. Hey, just like the Ak was saying, man. These brothers, these damn 2/3, man. They hate the message of the Lord, man. They hate the prophets, man. Because we coming against them, man. We telling them about themselves, man, and they don't want to hear that, man. You see, they want to live in their filthiness, man. They want to live in their wickedness, man. And they're gonna perish, man, just because that's their mindset, man. They don't want the Lord, man. And the scriptures said that if you hate the Lord, man, you love death, man.
Well, man, to your point too, bro, 'cause like the head always say, Jake's been at the bar too long. They've been sipping in Babylon and juice so long that they pretty much have become accustomed to being drunk spiritually. It's to the point where like evil is accepted here.
Right.
Where homosexuality, things the Most High warned about the time of Sodom and Gomorrah and the time of Noah. It's all back today, but Jake doesn't see any harm in doing these things. So, in return, they don't even expect to see a judgment. And we can for this, man. But we know that we in the times of Noah all over again. The time of Sodom and Gomorrah all over again, man. All right, that's going to be a great destruction of America, Babylon the Great.
I got you. You got this, Sean.
So I made it back to you, Archie. This is Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." And if I may just to back the brothers up, that's this kingdom, which lets you know this kingdom is ass backwards, man. All right, the good is considered evil. Here it is, the fact, like the brother said, we're gonna rebuke a fucking mole, man. But we looked at, like you guys are weird. You shouldn't judge nobody. No, man.
You got it, bro.
That's the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You see, but evil is good. Here it is. You got a gay parade in this kingdom, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking wickedness, man. Just to back the brothers up, man. What you brothers got it?
Hey, if I may add to your point, they got a gay parade, then they got a pride month.
Yeah.
We know that's something that God doesn't heavenly fathers hate homosexuality. But why is not no month dedicated to the Lord?
That's it.
It's a whole month dedicated into abominations, man. You really think that the heavenly Father's gonna let this wicked shit continue? You got it, bro.
God, 2 Peter 2, and I'll start at verse 6.
But they said, like Brother Amat just mentioned, we in Pride Month, man.
Oh, yeah, June.
It's June. It is a microchip. Yeah, it is a microchip. You got it.
2 Peter 2:6, it says, "And turn the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that afterward shall live ungodly." Yeah, just going into it like, and Most High eventually gonna get you, man. Your sins can't be, if Lord ain't gonna allow weakness to produce and grow, all right, past its extent. So start, inspired point. So just like in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, it came a point where the Most High was fed up, and He gave Lot the commandment, hey, to leave the city, flee, don't return back. So what happened? The Lord rained down fire and brimstone. Why? Because you had homosexuality and perversions going on in those 5 neighboring cities. You see? So we in the great city of America, Babylon the Great, the mother harlotry. They doing even worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, man. So what do you have to expect now? You have to expect this. If you set for an example, you play it out, all right? In these times right now, it's forward. You see?
Yeah, this is Romans 1 and verse 32. It says, "Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure."
Have pleasure with the Spirit.
Yeah, it says not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that hurt, that do them. You know, and he said, knowing the judgment of the Lord, because you niggas know the action that you do is off. This is why you got terms like in the closet, you know, I'm coming out. You see, because you niggas really know that shit off. And a lot of the things that's pushed here in America, you know, just the conduct of this place is really contrary to what the law is looking for here in the earth. So therefore, you niggas, you gonna get judged. And the law, you know, niggas think the law don't exist. As if like the Bible is just a book filled up with pages and novels. You know, no, it's a judgment to this shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a way that's contrary to wickedness, then it's gonna be a judgment for doing that shit, man. If you kill a nigga and you go to jail, you know how much more for you doing acts that offense the Heavenly Father, man.
If I may add, just going back into what niggas say coming out the closet, it really be that demon coming out, man. And revealing himself who he truly is. You know? You got something?
Isaiah 3 and 9, it said, the show of their countenance does witness against them.
Their spirit that show that countenance does witness against them. That's why there's certain people that you see, I know that nigga got a bandana. He ain't got it on this way, he got it on the other way, the flat type way, man. You know, nigga switching, nigga got on some short shorts, nigga got an ankle bracelet on. But even then, even he says in the book of Sirach, how a man shall be known by his work. You know, so sometimes when a demon hops on somebody, it don't affect, it do affect your mind, but it works from the inward way out, because everything starts with a thought, man. So again, nigga, he started having those thoughts, and then what made him wicked, he play on those thoughts, man. Which mean what? Ultimately, well, I ain't gonna even go there, but at the same time, nigga play on their thoughts, man. Everything that comes across your mind, you can't act on it. Because a thing can go across your mind, it could really be a wicked act. It could be a woman that's coming at you real hard, but if you play on it and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop her, and she got a man, now that's a wicked act that you just committed. And you can say, Lord, she came on to me, Lord. Lord, she wanted to give me the cat. But guess what? You knew she had a woman, man. You willingly committed adultery now, man. And that's the same thing on the opposite end with the moles. You know, you can say, yeah, you know, that's a, you know, because I come from a line of handsome men. I'm just talking shit. You know, you come from a line of handsome men like, oh, brother, you fresh today. But it ain't like no stuff that you will actually commit an act, you know what I'm saying? Showing you that homosexuality is just niggas just really just fulfilling their lust of the flesh. You got
like, if I may, just backing up what the officer saying, they you said it perfectly. They playing off the lust of their own flesh. It's already what's inside of you being played out.
That's it.
Right? That's the wickedness that's inside of you. You have to purge by the watching of the word. So therefore you corrupt in the spirit. And you're gonna play out on your own lust. You playing, you acting in the flesh because you ain't operating in the spirit.
Yeah.
We know that the lust of the flesh, you know, is something that leads to death.
That's it.
You know, but the spirit leads to life, man, and peace. It's
I
life.
just add to the point I'm made, because you know, when you act on your flesh, the Lord can use like a woman to bring that shit out, man. You learn it with Alizé. You know, now your nickname is Peg. Peg Master in Texas.
Texas.
You like to play with, you know, you like to let women go up your wrong hole. You know, your whole appear as a man. Now you know. Nah, man. But these are the same acts that we're doing back in Sodom and Gomorrah. Just continuing on. It says Isaiah 3 and 9 again, and show that countenance this witness against them, and they declare their sin in Sodom, they hide it not. It says, woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. So just going into like what the brother brought out of Romans, like even knowing that these things are wicked, you need to still support it. All those people who do these things, and you know that it's awful, you support them, or your ass won't die too, man. You know, homosexuality is celebrated. Man in color, man. Man in color. You got that nigga from Chicago Bears doing the extra fingernail polish and shit. 18, 3 times since 18, false knock your house shot. You know? So yeah, you niggas who support that shit, you niggas gonna die as well, man.
That's right.
Niggas don't hide that shit no more. It was a point in time when you were homosexual, niggas don't want to come out the closet. You know, there was still a sense of masculinity in the world. And now that masculinity is toxic. You seeing football players singing their polish, you know, supporting the gay movement. It's like, when did this shit stop? When is enough? When is enough? You even got Boosie coming out trying to be a voice of reason for a gay nigga for nigga.
Nigga, that's a mother. You listen to Boosie.
If I may, they got new terms for them niggas. Punk. You know, that's like a fucking like the nigga he a flare, but he act like a dude still. But the nigga a flare, so they call the nigga a punk. Yeah. But he out there with it though. He come off as if he on the DL, but he out there with it.
Yeah, nigga sitting on his lap in a club.
Yeah. Or the nigga he fuck with bitches, but he a flare, man. You know. Yeah, like a young thug type of nigga, man. But this is what's accepted in the world. That shit put you on the level. You know?
I mean, yeah, because it got to a point when being gangster or quote unquote gangster, that was like the key form of masculinity.
Right.
But now, guess what they have? Gay gangsters.
Yeah.
Niggas this hard, niggas shoot you down in a second, but guess what? He's a homosexual, man. They call them GBGs, man. Hold on, hold on, real quick, you got this, Shaq.
Yep. Back brothers up. This Proverbs 23 and verse 7. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Yes, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. And that word heart goes back into your Hebrew word love, man. So you think certain things in your mind, if you don't rebuke it and check that shit at the door, guess what? That shit gonna manifest upon you, man. You got it.
It says, eat and drink, saying, eats of thee, but his heart is not with you.
Yeah, but his heart is not with you, man. You know, that was it on the camera. You got it. You got it, Simon.
Come. This is St. John. Come. This is St. John chapter 15, verse 18. Here in the blue letter says, the disciples' relation to the world.
And when it says the disciples' relation to the world, telling you that we separate from these motherfuckers, man. You got it, bro.
Come. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If I may, just going until the world hate the prophets because the prophets condemn this world. Going back to the officer opened up with Ezekiel 35, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against her, prophesying against the wicked deeds of this place. Brought out the Peter with Sodom and Gomorrah, condemned, with the overflow, roughly paraphrasing. Well, we condemning this place through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. And the world don't want to hear that because they are going into what the officer Ra'im brought out. They fulfill the lust of the flesh. So they don't want to be told that they wrong. And really, they don't hate the messengers, the prophets. They hate Yahweh Shah. Because Yahweh Shah condemned this place first and foremost. That's why they crucified him, right? But it says, verse 19, if you are the world will love his own.
And if I may, that's why when Deacon got in that little situation, niggas was loving him, man. Because that nigga is of the world, man. You got it?
It says, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
Yeah, that's why I said therefore the world hates you. Because they don't know us personally. Niggas don't know us from the can of rocks, man. You don't know what we do when we go home. You don't know what we do when we cut off a video. So it's not nothing personal. Really, what it is, you just hate the spirit of Yahweh Shai that is upon us. And the spirit of Yahweh Shai is what? The spirit of prophecy, man. You know? We occupied in prophecy, while a lot of niggas just occupied or just trying to get, demonize GMS. And at the end of the day, we're going to see who the Lord dealing with, man. You know?
Got some for you, bro.
Hold on, real quick.
This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 10. We'll start from the top. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
And that sounds like the kingdom of heaven right there, brother. That sounds like Yahweh Shai being on top. That do not sound like America. Trump, who is the leader of these people today, people are not together with him, man. People are not well governed. It's niggas out here that is walking around, just going on Pride Month, man. This is the sick, the money month that we're living in. It's going to be a couple days from now, people is going to walk down the street butt naked to claim their pride. They claim, I like this, I like that, and I'm proud about it. Showing really just not having faith in the Most High. You got it, bro.
This is point right here. This is verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself.
As the judge of the people is himself. Jeffrey Epstein, man. P. Diddy. That's why a lot of the people in this world is fucking freaks, man. Yeah, but you got out. You gotta say what you said. Envy the oppressor. Nigga wanna be like the so-called white man, so he do the things the so-called white man do. Jack would have never heard about pegging if a white man would have never brought it to him, man.
Shit, Martin Luther King too. Martin Luther King was the first did it.
That's it. He was the first did it. Nigga love white women, man. Yeah, they had him at orgies with the Rothschilds. With the Rothschilds, man. And then on top of that, you know, he was a part of that fraternity, Kappa, Alpha, whatever. You know they some old niggas dance, nigga moving like a bitch. Nigga grind on each other, man. And these people choose from to be the leaders of the black race. Fuck out of here, man. The leaders of our race is here today, man. Out here on the highways and byways digging against this wicked kingdom.
Right.
You got it,
God. And what manner of a man the ruler of the city is?
What manner of man the ruler of the city is, you got it.
Such are all they that dwell therein.
And that's why here in America, a lot of people is wicked. And the reason why, because the leader is wicked, man.
Right.
You can go to Trump, you can go to Epstein, you can go to Diddy, you can go to anybody who's in these office cabinets. Guess what? These niggas are sick. You can go into the inner workers, in the inner workers' eyes, you might see a brother drink a bill. You know what I'm saying? Most of brothers probably do just get a hard, man. Buy a hoe, get a hard, have a good time and things like that. You better not never see a brother do the things that these elites do. Because he even tells us that, Baba Kushai Brother can hold it in Ephesians, the 5th chapter, it is a shame that the things that these devils do in the dark. These guys, they sacrifice kids, they drink blood,
They eat people.
They even poison your water. They poison the sky. Just recently, Alabama just stopped putting fluoride in their water. They just passed the bill on it. And you know that ain't gonna come to effect because their fluoride and their calcium is built up in those pipes, man. So it really ain't doing it. You should have did that shit 50 years ago, man. But you gotta know,
Ephesians 5 and 12. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
It says it is a shame to speak of those things that these Edomites, these white people do in secret. They have origin parties even out there in Atlanta. Some of these takes too. It's clubs that's dedicated to you having an orgy with somebody, man. The inner workings of this world is wicked, man. A lot, you think it's just one secret society like an Illuminati. It's a secret society for you getting bust down and shit, man. Showing you, and a lot of times when you step into those secret societies or those type of rooms and shit, it be mayors, congress people, senate in them. People that so-called important your leaders. And that's the going back into your precept, man. How the leader of the people is, how the leader of the city is, so are the people. But it just shows you that Isaiah the 9th chapter, what? The leader of these people caused them to err, man. You know? But that was on it. Come on. You got it, smart.
Come. This is Proverbs chapter 16, starting at verse 18. Says, pride goeth before destruction.
Yeah, pride goeth before destruction. And no coincidence that we are living in what? Pride month. So the destruction of Babylon the Great is coming very soon. You got it, bro.
And a haughty spirit before a fall.
Baba, push I look up the word haughty for me real quick. You got it, bro.
Yep, this Romans 8 and verse 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Yes, because one thing about the flesh, you got to always check it, man. Because the flesh will get proud real quick, too. Even then, flesh is just impulse. A woman rub on your leg and, you know what I'm saying? Or you hungry, you got to eat this. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have control of that flesh. You know, when a woman rub on your leg, you got to see if that's a woman or a man. You know, when you hungry, you got to make sure you're not eating pork or eating any defiled things. You see what I'm saying? So you have to really check the flesh and keep it in subjection here in these latter days, especially when there's a lot of moles out here. Because the reason why a lot of niggas faggots and gay, they just love the flesh. Niggas love getting off. He can't get off with his ride no more, so he got to get off with his backside. Nigga, what happened to you, man? You got it up.
You know me. Lord said how they love pleasure more than they love the Most High.
See?
You know, that's 2 Timothy the 3rd chapter. And that's America on display. You see, because this place don't teach discipline, man. You know, the Lord tell you how intemperance is at an end. You know, and that intemperance takes you back to overindulgence. And if you overindulging in your flesh, that should lead to you being a mo, man. You see? Now you will start to try to justify that shit in your mind. Won't nobody know. You know, now you doing that shit, man.
Oh, it's love.
Yeah, man, love is love. Man.
Love is love. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it comes. It says Romans 8 and 5, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
And really, that's us teaching, man. And really trying to better ourselves for Yahweh Shah. Because we set ourselves to a higher study than everybody. That's why, even the scripture say, let not your sins weigh you down. Because we held ourselves to a certain standard, man. When you really think about how much we go off and shit, you a bug out. You know, just on a regular day thing, you wearing mixed garments or something like that. But at the same time, the Lord knew our heart, He knew our spirit. You know, you got to easy. These different STDs are what? A carnal thought. You got it.
It says, it's like, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Yeah, spiritually minded is life is peace, and that's really this word. Yahweh shot dwelling in your inside. You know what it says? Branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless I dwell in you. So that's part of that spirit being brought in us, man. You got it, brother.
It says, because the carnal mind is enmity with Yahweh Shah.
The carnal mind is enmity against the Lord. The Lord hate that shit. Bible Kushah, look up that word enmity for me. Look up that word enmity for me, man. You got it. Read it again.
Yeah, it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, it's like an adverse spirit. You got it.
For it is not subject to the law of Yahweh Shah, neither indeed can be.
Yeah, that's why you're not subject to the Lord. That's proud as hell. You subject into your manager. You subject into the supervisor, but you ain't gonna be subject into the Heavenly Father. The Lord gonna destroy you for that shit. Oh, that real quick. Get that real quick.
I got enmity right here. It reads, often mutual feeling of hatred.
Often mutual feeling of hatred. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Because Esau pushed forth the workings of the flesh. You got it.
Hostility or ill will.
Hostility or ill will. Ill will is going to come to Babylon, America, Babylon the Great. Whether you believe it or not, man, things is not going to continue as they are. The only thing that's going to continue is the decline and the destructive nature of this place, man. You got that was on it?
Animosity, bitter resentment.
Yeah, animosity and what? Bitter resentment. I wish I would have never. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it happened for a reason. You got a lot to say.
Backing up that carnality, Galatians 5, I started with 18. But if you be led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery.
If I may, because if you in the spirit, you're going to have that mental capability to breathe around those different things, man. You got to agree with it.
It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. This goes into carnality. Adultery. Adultery, of course, goes into what? Sleeping with another man's wife. All right? Adultery in the spiritual sense. Worshiping other idols. It says, which are these? Adultery, fornication, uncleanness, and lasciviousness. Uncleanness goes into what? Sexual immorality, lasciviousness, and lustful pleasures. Right? That's what happened to Jacob coming out of ancient Egypt. They were pretty much controlled by their own lust. So the Lord gave them over unto them. You know? So they wanted to do what? They wanted to stay in Egypt. They wanted to go back in Egypt. So when you're blessed, draw your ass away from your house by Shemal Shah. It could be in the form of money, women, car, clothes, and hoes, status. You know, you want to be somebody in this world. You know, those are all lustful desires. They had to be mortified. All right? It goes on to say idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variation.
If I may, just going back to witchcraft, because I know a bride one time she was focused up on some money, and the bitch actually went to a witch. Motherfucker told that bitch to burn some sin or some shit like that every first of the month. And shit just shows you that she didn't have faith. You know, ultimately, instead of her just praying unto the Lord, she went to a witch like Saul did. The Lord said he ain't got no God, no power alive in Israel. Just showing you when Jacob's in a hard manner, or when you down and out, they ain't gonna look at God. They ain't gonna look at the Heavenly Father that made you. They're gonna look at carnal outlets. They're gonna look at fleshly outlets, because that's gonna make you feel good. You lay on your bills, if you know, for lack of better words, instead, Lord, please help me pay my bills. And it happened for one, Lord, but instead of you saying, let me go to a witch, let me pay a witch, I got $200. Instead of me using that $200 to put on my light bill, I'm gonna pay a witch to tell me what to do, man. Showing you how ass backwards and also how being in your flesh really distract your what's the word I'm looking for? It's distract your thinking, man. Your mental, man, and your judgments. You know, when you're in the flesh, your judgment is not as keen as it was in the spirit. Just going back into that man that had that God, that good pearl, he was in the spirit because he saw all that he had. He saw all those fleshly things so he can invest in that one thing. But a nigga who don't have that keen eye or that spiritual eye, he would have held on to those fleshly things and basically skipped over from a thing that could have saved their life. You got it, huh?
Yeah, if I may say too, because witchcraft also goes to a rebellion. Rebellion is that's what the sin of witchcraft. So when you rebel against the order that the Most High set up, you commit witchcraft, whether you know it or not. Galatians 5:20, I'm reading the NLT. It says idolatry, sorcery, hostility, quarreling, fight, jealousy, outbursts of anger, selfish ambition, dissension, division. You know, so outbursts of anger, selfish ambition. You can't be in this thing doing your own will, seeking for preeminence. Like you see certain guys doing, you know, they don't want to follow the order, but they're going out about doing their own thing as children. And you start to see the results of doing that, man. Right? They're being cast down in the midst of the congregation. It goes to say envy, drunkenness, wild parties, goes into revelry, right? And other sins like these. So let me tell you again, as I have before, that anyone living that sort of life will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So these are pretty much the workings of the flesh, right? The carnality aspect of it. So when you walk in the spirit, you're not motivated and entangled within the lust of America or whatever you wear. These things in which present. This is the part you keep your garment always white, unspotted from the world, you know, and present yourself holy in the sight of Yahweh by Shimon Shah. So if you are still entangled within this world, you got a spot on you, man. You seek your own endeavors, you're trying to continue on whatever you got going on for another 5 to 10 years, 20, 30 years, whatever. Set up another resting place for your children. If you're growing up, man. You know? Committing adultery. Sleep with another man's wife. You're pimping your wife out. You're going off, nigga. The Lord gonna kill you for that unless you repent.
This is Romans 1:28, and it reads, and even as they did not like to retain Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not kind. Just like the Ak was saying, man, you know, when you're not in this truth, man, you know, when you're not occupied in the word, man, you know, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he searched the minds, man. He already know what your thoughts is about, man. He already know what you after, man. So if he see that you like the Ox said, right, you refusing this word, man. You're not
holding fast.
Kind. You're not putting Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai as a priority, man. Right? Because when you do, he put you as a priority, man. Right? So when you're not doing that, man, hey, he give you up to whatever. You know, whatever it is, man. You know, he let you have it, okay? He put you in a trick bag, basically, man. Okay?
We video on that last night, sir. But that's why it says it was a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. He said ways that seem right unto the man, but the end thereof is death. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai set up that scenario, man.
No? Let's say, he that be filthy, let him be filthy still.
That's it.
You know, until that hammer come down.
Yeah. You got it, sir.
This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Back the brothers up, man. The things the officer was going into Revelation 5th chapter. All those things of the world. But yet you see that's what's on forefront here in America. You know, even witchcraft, you see, and all these the lust of the eye, niggas just want to be, you know, the next big thing. But yet the Lord, he's against that, man. You see, because we're in a humble and state. The Lord said before honor, there's humility. You see, so there's a process we going through, but the Lord gonna put us on a level, man. We ain't gotta try to do shit for Esau. You see? If I may continue, it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. See? So all these things, really what you see on the forefront here in America, you know, a woman being more invested in her body than anything else, a nigga being more invested in his money than his relationship. Hey, because the Lord said, you know, it's roughly paraphrase, a man first happiness, well, a man can't be happy without wisdom. You know, roughly paraphrasing, man. See? So your first love should really be wisdom. Yeah, happy is he that finds the wisdom. You know, not money. You see? Because ultimately, because that wisdom is going to lead to deliverance. You know? But yeah, that's it.
Because like the scripture say, but money answers all things. That's pretty much the source of peace in the society. So when you look around these people and everything that they dwell in, it's really centered around obtaining some kind of form of money, fame or fortune. You know, you get the money, you get the power, you get the women, whatever. You know, so this is ultimately going to be a snap. So the Lord is saying, don't love the world, because if you do, then what's going to be the end result? You're going to try to keep that shit, and there's going to be a chip presented, mandated, in order to attain, you know, maintain your lifestyle or whatever. Then you got to take the chip, man. That's why the Lord said, hey, don't love nothing in this world above me. Because eventually, what are you going to do, man? You're going to forsake the Lord, and then you're going to go and take a chip and be destroyed.
If I may add, because their chip is going to be pushed forth on the corner outlet. Their chip is going to do what? It's going to play on the flesh. You know, whether it be you get extra benefits or whether it be you can eat. Even then, what's one of the main things they pushing out? You can walk again. You can see again, showing you that this device is going to play on the flesh. Because while this is a fleshly kingdom that we're living in. Real quick, get that word from out.
This is beautiful, by the way. It says, lust refers to a very strong, intense craving or desire.
Yes, a very strong or intense craving or desire. That's how you know niggas gonna take the chip because they hungry.
If I may. That's that word temptation in Revelation the 3rd chapter. And you know, when you go into that word temptation, it takes you back to being tried by your outward circumstances.
The flesh.
Yep.
That's all it is, the flesh, man. That's why, again, read that again.
Lust refers to a very strong, intense craving or desire.
Yeah, intense craving or desire, you got it.
All right, man. Hey, if you're not craving salvation, man, if you're not desiring a crown, right? If you're not desiring how about shine, man, then you desire death, man. That's it.
Right.
You got it, Sean.
Hey, back your brothers up. This is Matthew 16 and verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. That's great.
Where the hell is up?
Yeah, Matthew 16 to 25. My man, I'm going to read it again. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
If I may, this nigga Sakari, man, Alizé. You know, this nigga's on y'all told us, no, man, Yahweh Shai told us, man, to put him first. If anything gonna hinder us from pushing forth the gospel, we supposed to push it to the side. But niggas don't have that understanding. People don't have that spiritual outlet to see, showing that the world would even admit that he given to you, nigga. Because if it was, you would have read this scripture. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
And that's why Alizé and Deacon bugging out, man. Because guess what? They sold everything they had. They gave away this truth, man. They basically sold their soul just so you could be on a podcast that nigga Adam 22. A faggot, man. Just so you can create a whole new ministry called TGC and get exposed by your 6 months later, man. This is what you did. You turned your back on the Lord for this outlet, man. But well done for you, nigga. You got it, bro.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Come on, man.
Hey, because these niggas, you invested in America, man. What's gonna lead up to you taking that seed up, man? You know, and what's that's gonna lead up to? A great destruction, man. You being put into the lake of fire. You gave your soul over unto this place, man. You see, scriptures talk about how we carry a bag with holes in it. You know what I mean? These niggas sell out for this little money, you know, this monopoly money. You know, but ultimately that shit leads you up to death, man. Like, all that shit gonna go down the drain. The scriptures speak about how the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. You and your money and your career gonna fucking melt, man. And that's thus said the Lord. You got it, bro.
You got it,
Con, this is the
book of Proverbs, chapter 11, and verse 4, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
That's it.
Hey, man, so your money's not going to be able to save you, man. You niggas that sold out, you know, for them little crumbs, you know, that's not going to be able to save you, man, when the famine hit. You know, when these peasants come down. Okay, when these troops come in like a flood, man, you know, your riches ain't gonna be able to save you, man. You're not gonna be able to buy your way out, you know, these certain situations, man. You know, that's why it's important to continue to serve Yahweh Shemi Awashai, man. You know, it's like.
Hey, hey, just adding to your point, man. Baba Bashar, get that Haggai 2 and 8. Haggai 2 and 8. Because at the same time, all these riches and all this money that we have don't mean nothing. Hold on real quick, you got one thing.
This is Ezekiel 7 and verse 19. It says, they shall cast their silver in the street.
They shall cast their silver in the streets. Come on, huh?
And their gold shall be removed.
And their gold shall be removed. Telling you that these foreign riches is not going to mean nothing, man. It's going to be removed because it's going to be a time, especially once that microchip come out, that dollar will be worth nothing. And in order for you to buy and sell, you're going to have a tiny little device inside you, man. A microchip. This is the thing that Elon Musk is trying to push forth. George Soros, Bill Gates, this is a part of that New World Order, man. But people don't realize it until it's too late. Until your money worthless, man. You try to buy a pack of chicken, it's $200 damn, man. But if you got the chip, it's only 25 cents. That's what they gonna play on, man. You got it, huh?
Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them.
Yeah, their silver and their gold should not be able to deliver you, man. Come on.
In the day of the wrath of the Lord.
Yeah, this nigga think they're gonna even Chris Brown, he got a bunker. This nigga Boosie, you know, he got a homestead and a bunker and shit. Chris Brown, they got a bunker. Rick Ross and all these things. You got all this money for that damn defense system, but it's not gonna deliver you, man. You got an option over.
Yeah, it's like in the NLT, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. Wisdom and money can give you almost anything.
Wisdom and money. This spirit, it didn't just say wisdom or money. It says wisdom and money can get you almost anything. You got it.
It says, but only wisdom can save your life.
But only wisdom can save your life, man.
That's right.
And it's not no ordinary wisdom of just being a mechanic, but a wisdom of Yahweh Shemi Awashai. The wisdom of the scriptures and the wisdom of the things that's pleasing to the Lord, bro. You got it?
Yeah. Skip down to 14. It says, enjoy prosperity while you can. But when hard times strike, realize that both came from the Most High. Remember that nothing is certain in this life.
That's it. Nothing is certain. America is not solid, man. America was actually built upon a land full of sand. So ultimately, you can't really invest into this place because why? It's going to go down, man. It's a bad one, huh? You got it, bro.
Going back to Ezekiel 7 and verse 19 again, if I may. They shall cast their silver in the street, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them. In the day of the wrath of the Lord, they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity.
Yeah, you ain't going to be able to be satisfied with these corner desires, man. I'm thinking, you're just going back into this food, man. The money that you sold out for, you ain't going to really be satisfied with it because you're going to have the realization you sold out the nation, man. You ultimately sold your soul for really just a couple coins, man. In a period of time when you the guy for 1 second, when Lord willing we be a part of the number, we're going to be the guy for eternity, man. That's what him and Alizé, that's what their whole ministry was based on. GMS, Apostle how he gonna retire, and we the new guys. Man, fuck that, man. Niggas don't even prophesy about the downfall of Babylon no more, man. You know? But that was on that. I'll get that article.
Yeah, I got an article real quick from News Break. It says, top economists warn U.S. economy is more fragile than it looks. The situation is tenuous.
Yes, it says it's more fragile than when it's looked. Baba Bashar, could read a little bit on that, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to this word tenuous. It says tenuous is of a connection, association, very weak or slight, not strong or secure. You know, just backing the brother up. You know, you say how this place is built on sand, man. You know, this place is not secure enough for you to invest in it. And you ain't in the 50s, man. You see, like you got a fucking, like you can look out the windows and you can see a future here, man. The Lord tell you how the window, you look out the windows, it be dark. You know, that's a form of the hope leaving, and you can see from job markets. The job market is pretty much becoming weaker. Trump and his administration, these niggas weakening the economy, man. But just go down into it. It says Moody's analytic chief economist Mark Zandi warned that the U.S. economy is growing below its potential,
Below its potential.
leaving it increasingly vulnerable to rising unemployment, persistent inflation, and broader slowdowns.
One word that stick out right there was persistent inflation.
Right.
That's the reason why gas is so damn high right now and other items, man. And it's not just going to slow down, it's going to increase. You got it?
Yeah. It says the economy is growing, but at a rate below its potential. So the situation is tenuous. Zandi said on a post, it says unless growth picks up, unemployment will rise and participation will fall. At the same point, undermining growth altogether.
Yeah, because ultimately, what it's basically saying it's unstable. It ain't growing no more. It ain't doing the things that it did once before. Because why? It said it's not in. It's in the casket. Only thing she can do is this. You know? You got to read some more on it. Can't read it.
This is Zephaniah 1 and 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling,
But it's spirit, art.
and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills.
Now, what that's talking about is this a great economic crash, a second one. That's going to be even more devastating than the one that was in 1929. And way more devastating than the one in 2007. The one in 2007 went up with just a damn Band-Aid. But again, the one that we're coming into right now is going to be a great crashing from the fish gate. You know, the different stock market, these different higher ups, the people on Wall Street and shit, they're going to, when the dollar fell, once that $1 value equals into zero, guess what? Niggas going to be killing themselves, man. Left and right, because they ain't going to be able to take the downfall of America. Continue on, bro.
How, ye inhabitants of Maktesh?
Now, Maktesh is an ancient civilization that was a marketplace, for the lack of better words, man. And what now, matter of fact, not America as a whole, but even New York, Wall Street, what is that? That's a modern day Maktesh, because there's a lot of men, merchant men, buying and selling things. That's why it says, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh. That's a part of that article. These niggas howling. The economy is going down, you know.
The Lord said how the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Yeah, the keepers of the house shall tremble. You know, you got it.
For all the merchant people are cut down.
Yeah, for all the merchant people are cut down. Come on.
All they that bear silver are cut off.
Yeah, so the dollar is going to ultimately lose its damn value, man.
Yes.
You know, and once it loses value, it's only a matter of time before they push forth out the chip. That's their main thing. They're going to crash the dollar in order to push forth that tiny little device, man. You know, anybody got something?
I got a argument.
You got it. Not that time.
Yeah, just backing up the economy. It says, economists flags are proof of imminent economic collapse. One exacerbated by Trump.
Yeah, it says, what is it again now?
Yeah, it says, economists flags hard proof of imminent economic collapse.
The economic collapse right here, it says it's imminent. Which meaning what? It's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do to stop the will of the Lord, man. You got it?
It says one exaggerated by Trump, and just going to that word exaggerated, it says make a problem, bad situation, or negative feeling worse.
Yeah, so that negative feeling in that bad situation is the fall of the U.S. dollar. It's no coincidence that the U.S. economy is failing, man. And niggas is going by their everyday life. Niggas think things are gonna change the same, but it only takes a matter of hours, really a matter of seconds for shit to go upside down. Overnight, man.
If I may, and the very man that they voted for, thinking that this nigga was gonna make America great again, this was the perfect candidate. You know, he's a good businessman. This nigga worsened the condition for you.
Yeah, because he's selfish.
Yeah.
You know, it was an article that just came out. This nigga moved $2.7 billion into his own personal account. Real shit. This nigga moved $2.7 billion out of taxpayers' money into his own account. How the hell you do that?
Three-story
Say,
bump.
say, if I may, what should a covetous man do with money?
it.
And Trump already made mention that he don't care about your financial situation. These niggas out to get theirs, man. They don't give a fuck about you regular, everyday redneck Edomites in America. You know, y'all gonna get it too. This man is for his own benefit. He been approached with a deal from the elites. You know, to deliver him from this situation. You know, but we see that he's being used to systematically bring down America. If I may, Isaiah 24:9 and NLT. Gone are the joys of wine. Let me start up. Nah, bro, you get it on that.
Hey, get that for him. Isaiah 24.
You started 5. Okay, God, yeah. Yeah, you can start getting
Yep.
go down with it.
Yeah, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and verse 5. And it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Right, so Esau is currently inhabiting the earth, and the earth is defiled because of it. That's why they're talking about climate change. You know, there's a problem here, there's too much CO2, dioxide in the air, pollution, and all of that, because of these chemical plants. You know what I'm saying? You got GMO food, people getting sick, cancer is at its highest rate ever, AIDS at its highest rate ever, death is at its highest rate ever. Why? Because of the rules. As we wrote about earlier, you know, Sirach the 10th chapter. You know, unwise king pretty much destroys his people. Yeah.
It says because they have transgressed the laws.
Right, they transgress the laws. The laws represent life. Luke the 4th chapter goes into that. All that keep it shall come to life. Yeah.
Changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Right.
Therefore have the curse devoured the earth.
Yeah.
They dwell there, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
Yeah, so the curse has devoured the earth. Now, what do you do with a curse or a cancer? Well, you gotta root it out. You gotta burn it out. That's the thing called with chemotherapy. Like the other point off all this goes into, you know, it's gonna be like a spiritual radio, what you call it? Do that chemotherapy. What? Yeah. You know, when you burn out the cancer, that's a miracle. That has pretty much spread abroad the earth with corruption. You got it, bro.
And it says, therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men are left.
Hey, the Lord got no other choice. Just like during the time of Noah, he had no other choice but to just flood the shit. You know, and save a few souls. So we're in that same time again, but this time, it's going to be in the way of fire. That shows you what to do out of the Most High. First is water as a cleaning agent, but also you got fire as a cleaning agent. You see? It's going to burn America through its court. Okay? You can skip down. Perfect.
It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth. All merry-hearted do sigh.
Yeah, those who were once married, they took us down, they're sighing right now. At one point, there was joy that, you know, Israel was under their feet. Now you're seeing Jake get some kind of freedom about themselves, even though they're not in the spirit. You start to see Jake come from rise up, you know, eat my women. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to hearken on the Jake, you know, gravitate on the Jake. That's a sign of Esau's downfall. Yeah.
The mirth of the tabret ceases.
And mirth, the party spirit, this shit's gone. Yeah.
The noise of them that rejoice in it.
Yep.
The joy of the heart ceases.
Yep, well.
They shall not drink wine with the song.
Read it in
Come. Isaiah 24 and verse 9 NLT. Gone are the joys of wine and song.
Yeah, gone are the joys of wine and a song. What is wine for? Rejoicing. For marriage. All right? You having a good time, what do you want? You want to drink, man. But not people are drinking because they're bitter because of the situations. You know, financial strain. You know, there's a lot of financial strain. You ain't able to pay their mortgage or rent. You know, they calculate what they're going to spend on food, how much they're going to be able to keep, what they need to spend on next. And there's a lot of stress. So people are drinking, you know, because of these conditions. You know, you got
Alcoholic drink turns bitter in the mouth.
yeah, that's a miracle. Yep.
The city rife in chaos.
The city rights in chaos. That's what's coming. A complete collapse that we was going into. There should be a great crash from the hill. It ain't even got bad yet for real. You think you can still go out and get a, you know, and get your everyday necessities eventually. Shit, you depend on, you know, y'all are falling with what you depend on. Hey, the Lord gonna take all that shit away, man. And you're gonna be reduced to an even plane. Everybody can put on the same common level, the rich and the poor. You got it?
Every home is locked to keep out intruders.
Yeah, locked up, out intruders, because when society collapses, people gonna be doing what? Robbing and looting, stealing, killing, trying to get a piece of bread, man. Second Edison with 15 or 16 chapter goes to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a very dangerous time. But these are the conditions that's coming to America. We're gonna bring it to its knees, and you can be begging for answers. Yeah.
Mobs gather in the streets, crying out for wine.
Yeah. Riding, people in the street protesting. Say they're crying for what?
Crying out for wine.
Crying for wine. Wine represents answers as well. All right? People gonna want to know what the hell's going on. Why is my system failing me? Well, nigga, we told you that America was falling. You didn't want to take heed. So when it hit your ass, hey, we told you. Don't come back to us, man. Yeah.
Joy has turned to gloom.
Yep.
Gladness has been banished from the land.
Yeah, joy's gonna be turned into gloom. You're starting to see that right now. You got a lot of people on TikTok, these social media sites, lashing out, especially so-called black ones, right? It even carried, They're crying out because of the conditions. This is a sign of the Lord, pretty much bringing an end to that murder and causing sorrow to take place of that. So what are we doing, in return? So somebody gets Sirach 25:7.
I got something.
God, you got it.
God, this is the book of Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth.
Yeah, it's like we in our youth right now. We've been reborn and we in our youth. So remember our creator in the days of our youth. You got it?
While the evil days come not,
Yup.
nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Yeah, because we understand the report. We know that only evils and only evil is coming. So it's like we always had it in the back of our mind. Remember what the Lord says is going to happen. So we don't get caught into the ways of America. You get a little money, you still know the destruction coming. That shit can't draw you back into the world. So behind all that murder, all right, there's still a sense of sorrow. Like, damn, Lord, please save me. So we're preparing ourselves for what the family, society collapse, great death and mourning, So we're not forgetting about the report. Yeah.
God. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened.
Yeah, those are metaphors for the truth being taken away. Truth is comparable to light, and God and light. When that gets taken away, man, you ain't gonna have no kind of direction. Yeah.
It says, nor the clouds return after the rain.
The rain is falling right now in the form of this word.
That's it.
We're gonna take the clouds away. The rain stops, the word start going out, then what? We're gonna be seeking for some kind of relief. It's not gonna be there. It's gonna be a desert all over again in America. Yeah.
It says, in that day, when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Yeah, you're economists. You got reports about the economists trembling right now. We just read the reports. See? They understand what the hell's going on and where this place is headed. But you simple niggas do nothing. Yeah.
It says, and strong men bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few.
Yeah, job losses. Houses being shut in the streets. People being kicked out on the streets, man. Like, what do I do now? Well, they're perplexing. Luke 21 and 25. You don't know what to do, where to go, who to see. You know who to see, but you can't find them, bro. So you just be out there left to your own devices. So whatever counsel you hearkening to, you're gonna depend on that for survival. And it ain't gonna pan out well for you. See? You gotta.
It says, and those that look out the windows be darkened.
Yes, when this shit collapse, you ain't gonna have no fucking hope in America. You're gonna be like, damn, this is it. You're gonna be depressed. Like, fuck. You should have listened. But on the flip side, you gotta be hopeful that you have a foresight that's not in this current world. So when this shit goes dark, that's the time when the Lord's gonna put in work. That's when the time when miracles gonna take place.
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra 5, verse 1. It says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Yeah, that's enough. So you start to see what the tokens, what the signs right now. got certain legislation first and foremost saying shut up, take the word on the street, and just sign on the calendar with the bill C-19 or something like that. You know, banning the Bible, because of hate speech or something like that. These are steps and tokens and signs that the Lord's going to take away His word. So it says that many people should, matter of fact, read it again, Bible shop.
Yep. 2 Ezra 5:1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number,
Yeah, many gonna die. Yeah.
and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
But the land's gonna be barren of faith. The truth gonna be hidden. What's that? Ezekiel calls that tongue to cleave to the roof of that mouth. Amos 5:13. You know, somebody get that real quick. Bible shop. Amos 5:13. I forgot to quote it. Because of the evil time. Yeah.
5:13.
Yeah.
This is Amos 5:13. Therefore, the prudent shall keep silence in that time.
Yeah, the prudent, having foresight. You understand what time you in, man. So we utilizing wisdom, and we're not gonna be out here to correct Jake when the time get bad. You got it?
You want that right here? That right here?
Therefore, the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time.
What is it? What?
Evil time.
Evil time, a bad time. Ezekiel 75, only evil is coming, man.
That's it.
So when society continues to crumble, you know, there is no hope out here. You think you're gonna find us out here trying to prove Jake who's wilding out, robbing and looting and shooting and killing? Nah. A prudent man will see the evil, then he do what? He hides himself. You know, so wisdom is gonna be the key to salvation. See? We don't really care about you niggas out here killing each other. I'm trying to save you niggas, man. You niggas had opportunity. But you made light of the word, so here's your recompense. Jeremiah 15th chapter, they come unto you. Whither shall we go? I'm telling you right now, where you're gonna be dead unto. Concentration camp, famine, death all around.
Wild beasts. God. Verse 14. Seek good and not evil, that ye may live.
Yeah.
And so the Lord, Yahweh, the God, the power of the God of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken.
Yeah, so the Lord saying, hey, see good. See good and not evil. This goes back to what the doctrine. See? So you gotta seek what's pleasing to the Most High. So once you agree with that, now you clear yourself. That's Ezekiel 94. Proceed at the wop. Which makes you what exempt from judgment on that. You got angels now watching over you because you hearken to the testimony of Yahweh Shai. It's gonna preserve you in the time of trouble, man. When the lights go out and there's a famine, when there's anarchy, when women are being raped in the streets, niggas are wilding out, demons and, you know, monsters and apparitions all in the streets, man. You're gonna be cold. It's gonna be a real nasty, bro. You know? That's it.
Yeah, 2 Ezra 5:2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
Yep. It's gonna only intensify. Yeah.
And the land that thou seest now to have root, shall thou see wasted suddenly.
Yes, sir. First step, get to go into that. That's sudden destruction. You know, but that's pretty much stepping points to that moment of America's great overthrow. Revelation 18 goes into what? You know, famine. Let's get through that. Revelation 18 so.
This is the book of Revelation. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 7. He said how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Yeah, this talking about America. Got rich on the back of the Israelites, man. Yeah.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, this is the preparation. Lord's gonna torment America because of what they did to his holy people. You niggas don't even consider that. Yeah.
For she said in her heart, I set a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Yeah, that's the pride of America. She brought out. They pride go before destruction. These other former king, they never thought that they would go down. You know, you go back into what the Assyrian, Assyrian Babylonian Empire, go into the Medo-Persian, the Greeks and the Romans. They never thought they would fall. Why? Because they was in the power seat. But what did the Lord do? He took them all down, man. It was all prophesied they would go down. What makes you think that America is any different? In which America just was an extension of modern Rome. It's a modern day version of Rome, man. And this place was known as the mother of harlots. So you don't think the Most High got it out for America? You niggas are stupid. You know? Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 8, therefore shall the plagues come in one day,
Yeah.
death and mourning
Hey.
and famine,
Hey.
and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua,
Yeah.
who judges her.
Yeah, because if you want to really make somebody feel pain, you torture them, man. You know, you don't just put them out there misery, a gunshot to the head, 1 second he don't. No, you chop them up, you beat them up, slice them up, make them feel that shit. So they remember. That's what America's going to go through.
Cartel.
Yeah, that's what the cartel do, bro. You know, they want you to feel and remember that pain. They want you to scream in agony. That's what America's going to go through. That mercy being taken away, you're starting to feel those blows from Yahweh by Shemal Shot. So it says famine. That's going to be one of the major blows. All right? Great death of pestilences. You're going to start to see new pestilences.
1,000 ways to skin a cat.
Yes, 1,000 ways to skin a cat. All right? Or death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
See? Going to dwell in the water. Dwell in torment. See? You niggas who hearken to America, you're going to dwell in these torments and not be protected.
Yeah, this is Baruch 4 in verse 34. Man, if I'm starting verse 33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall.
Yeah, because they got fat off the backs of the Israelites, man. You niggas rejoice over that, man. Now you got those who are resurrected in spirit crying out for justice. And the Lord is working. You got it?
It says, and was glad of thy fall, so should she be grieved for her own desolation.
So if I may say, what should be your mindset knowing that the Most High is reaping against America on your behalf? Since they oppress you, you should be what? Joyous. It's Rock 25 and 7, right? There be 9 things I've judged in my heart to be happy. A man that have, joy of his children, he didn't live it to see the fall of his image, man. So you shouldn't be in a state of mourning because you might be losing shit. You're slowly dead to America. And renew it in life with your Howard Shah and tell what the world to come to the kingdom of heaven. You got it?
It says, for I will take away, it says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
Yeah, and it's only intensified. It's only increasing. More people are bugging out. Love and men is starting to really wax cold. People are spazzing out of a little nothing these days. Why? Because they're convinced they can't take it. They're becoming more psychotic. They're crash outs, man. This is what's going to produce those perilous times. People put their trust in America, you're going to start to see people do some very strange things, man, for a little nothing. Really for survival. They're going to be really, really beast-like, you know?
It says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Yeah. So this is pretty much a precept from Revelation 18, where man would go through these torments, the famine, death, and she shall be burnt with fire. That's talking about the Lord capping off with thermonuclear destruction. So in the midst of World War III, this whole entire land we put out of his misery. He's gonna beat the shit out the war and then set the bitch on fire, man. And you don't want to be here. Why are you doing it? Isaiah 50, 1:6, Jeremiah 50, 1:6. Yes, I got it. Yes.
Dealing with the plagues, if I may. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 5. And it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
What?
For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
And it's because of who? America. Jeremiah 51 and 7, I believe, that we're going to go into, you know? Because America is a cause of the fall of all the people of the earth. Because they're the ones who are in power, who pretty much are able to enforce the laws you know, and the standard in the earth. That's why you got niggas in China, you know, with a two-piece suit on. You got McDonald's over there in Egypt. You know, why? Because they want to be like America. Democracy. And use that military and that money and rule the earth with it, man. This is why the whole earth is fucked up, because Esau has set his standards right here in America. This is what it's seen the wickedness planet.
This Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms, of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms.
Yeah, her philosophy, man. That's how they buy out these nations. So we offer you a peace deal. You let us come in and set up our democracy. And you don't want to get down, and we'll send an economic hit man, you know, take out your meeting and we'll put up a puppy master. That's how they always got down, man. You know? But they got the hammer on the earth. But they able to enforce their will on you.
It says that selleth the nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts.
The Lord's against you niggas, man. He's against the most proud. Alright? You don't know by now that America is known as the most proud. The few proud in the Marines, you know, proud to be in America. You niggas take that as a snap of approval. You wear it as a badge. That proud shit. And we know the Most High hates pride. So you niggas vicariously, you put yourself in the way of the Most High to be punished.
And I will discover thy skirts upon the face, so like upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness.
Yep. And that's what's happening right now. America's being well exposed. The Lord is showing all the nations her inner dealing, how she really gets down. She's really not for your peace. She's only there to conquer and to gain. And sucking the nations dry. But it speaks about that leech. Cry, give. You know, that's Esau using America to suck the nations dry. And now the nations are pissed off, like, damn, we need to do something about this hoe, man. Because if not, she's gonna kill us all. Right? That's why they all gonna band together and be like, nah, let's go ahead and shoot the bitch. With the ICBM that we got, we saying that they were strong in World War III. And that's what's gonna cap this shit off, man. You gotta.
I mean, that's why these niggas so worried about Iran. One thing they try to do, they go for hormones thing and things like that. One of the things that they are, one of the reasons why they still over there because of nuclear weapons, man. And even when they go back into Bush days, Desert Storm in early 2003, the Afghanistan war, the reason why they went in there was what? The weapons of mass destruction. But who the one that really got the weapon of mass destruction? Esau Edom, and the reason why he don't want the other nations to have it, because he know they're basically put everybody on a level playing field. You know, fulfilling what that Joel, let the weak say I am strong. Yeah, that was on me. A little bit more.
I'm saying, because Esau put himself in the street bag.
That's it.
He set a snap for himself. He by his own counsel cast him down. But how the hell all these other countries now got nuclear weapons? Then you supposed to use that for your advantage, taking the world. But now you got these other nations with the same shit you got, and they ain't buzzed no more. They band together. The arrows are now aimed at the persecutors. Man. See? Yeah.
It says, I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vow, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
And so the common thing with both sides, how it gets down, he first reveals an individual or a nation first, and then he brings forth the judgment. So revealing justifies the judgment. Everybody knows that America's corrupt, and this is pretty much a problem on the earth. So what is the Most High gonna do? Seeing what he did with Sodom and Gomorrah, that corrupt place. He's gonna burn it. This whole landscape of America will be burned by thunder of fire. And World War III years in the Bible. You know? We're still waiting on that day because we depend on ships. Niggas call them alien UFO shit. No, these are the chairs of the Most High. That Yahweh shot is coming back to the beam of the electric.
This is Psalms 92 and 7. Psalms 92 and 7. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever.
Yeah, the Lord shall cut down Esau. All right, they shall wither as the grass. So yeah, hey, the snakes are being seen now. Man. The spirit, you know. Yeah. He's been uncovered. He can't hide himself no more in the tall grass. You know. So it's like.
Add to the point, man. It says when the work of iniquity do flourish, man. Because right now we in the time of do what you want to do, man. You know, everybody just doing what they want to do, man. Living it up in folly, man. You know, and the scriptures say that when the wicked walk on every side, when the violence man is exalted, man. And that's what's going on, man. You know, all these Epstein's guys, you know, they are exalted, man, but they are the vilest, man. They are the base, man. You see? They the filthiest, man. But these people exalt them people, man. You see? And that's why they are the standard here in Babylon, man. People look up to that bull crap, man.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 16:1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, in Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes of satin and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. And the reason why the Lord said, woe be unto Babylon and Asia, and into Egypt and Syria, because these are one of the main countries that's taking out of America, man. That's taking after America. Because that's what Esau is really doing. He's taking the power from the Western Hemisphere and trying to move it over to the Middle East, man, and ultimately China too. Because that's why China come forth with their social credit score and things like that. But again, that's why it says, woe be unto you, because you're going to get the same judgment as the whore, because you're following after the whore, man. You know? Yeah, the neighboring cities round about, just like the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah in the neighboring cities, he's going to destroy America in the neighboring cities, man. Because again, even though they might fuss and fight, they all got that same mindset of trying to get that new world order off the ground, man.
If I may add, because it's really like a race for energy. You know, because that's also gonna be that spearhead to the end of your niggas, that AI shit, man. You know, but that take a lot of energy, a lot of water being drawn for those databases. You know, to create those seed hips. You see, different diseases being pushed out there to put the people in panic so they can present it. You know, and all these nations really jockeying for that ruling seat, man. But the Lord, like the Lord tell you, when he returns, he's gonna he wore on his head with many crowns, you know, because when he returns, man, he's coming to destroy these governments. The Lord ain't finna make no alliance with you niggas, man. You know, if you just put me first, no, the Lord gonna destroy you. And like Esau do, he fuck you over, then he set his standard up, and the Lord finna do that to all these nations, man. He gonna destroy them, and he gonna set the elect up. You see, and when you read Isaiah the 2nd chapter, the nation gonna have to come to the elect for the sake of counsel and judgment, resources, you know, all sorts of things, man. You know, and like the Lord say, at the top of the head is gonna be the nation of Israel. See what you have.
Which I will make my officers peace. You know, because that law is gonna produce peace, man. You know, future government's gonna set the earth in order. Speak about that with that welfare of the world. You know, so this is what we wait on, man. Because Esau ain't gonna do shit but fuck everything up. To the point where everybody died. Unless the Lord came back. That's scripture. You know? So the Lord has shown no days, no flesh to be saved. So why the hell you think we out here every goddamn week prophesying against Esau? Because he's trying to get the hell up out of it for this nigga killers, man.
See it?
You know? You niggas don't understand what it's about.
Yeah, this Ecclesiastes 10 verse 5, it says, in the hand of Yahweh Shem Shah is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribes shall he lay his honor.
Yeah, that's a prophet, right? Scribe, that's a prophet. So that honor comes out of Yahweh Shah. He said, you know, I'm gonna share my inheritance with my brother, man. So when the Lord comes back to destroy Esau, then that's when we're gonna be able to get our share. Beat out the 10 cities, well done, that good and faithful service. Beat out 5 cities. So, you know, it ain't like we're gonna be ruling these cities in wickedness. You know, promoting adultery, promoting ideology. No. That's why scripture says that everyone should walk in the name of his own God. Because when you go into it, it's really talking about those who are set up over those cities, who come in the name of Yahweh Shem Shah, right? The future governors. So they're gonna second chapter, you know, they're gonna come to Zion and learn the law, and they're gonna see the benefits of doing the law, man. The benefits of what obedience, temperance, righteousness, man. How they're gonna be able to live. You're gonna have order in the household. The woman ain't gonna come up against you. Walk outside and keep talk to your neighbor again. You can't trust nobody in Esau society, man. You don't know what the fuck the next door neighbor got going on. You got a fetish for dogs or babies. You know? And then what Esau allows, man, an unwise king destroys the people because he allowed this shit to go on. He don't judge. What is it? Scripture. The law is slack. Judgment going out for you.
Back to brother's point up. This Psalm 94 verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
Yeah, Esau's the throne of iniquity. Yeah.
Which frameth mischief by a law? By a law?
They're framing trouble by law. All right, the man forward his unrighteous creed, just so he can maintain his status in the earth. Lies, cheat, steals, blame, Jacob. Yeah.
They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord Yahweh Shah is my defense and my power. Yahweh Shah is the rock of my refuge.
Yeah, so eventually, man, although Esau is working behind the scenes trying to destroy us, we still got hope in Yahweh Shah. He's already agreed with man's downfall. So we know this man's inner work, his counsel, what he's trying to do, what he thinks he's gonna do. But the Lord said, nah, my counsel is standing there. Eventually, you got a time and a date, Job 14:5, that you're gonna be overthrown and judged. And I'm gonna settle my righteous after Yahweh Shah to rule the earth, man.
It says that he shall bring upon them their own iniquity and shall cut them off in their own wickedness.
Yeah, that's that revealing. Bring upon them their own iniquity. That's that intense investigation. And they're revealing before the judgment, right? So, when you see us out here, man, my apostles down, this is not no light thing. No, this is scripture. It says that we should cry unto the Lord because of the oppressors. And then he will send us a Savior. Isaiah the 19th chapter.
Yea, the Lord Yahweh Shah, our power shall cut them off.
Matter of fact, get on Psalm 54:5 real quick. Let's see how the Lord's cutting this nigga off.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 54 and verse 5. And it says, he shall reward evil unto my enemies. Cut them off in thy truth.
He cut them off with the truth. For a long time, truth was without fruit. Because truth is what Esau's kryptonite. Him being revealed as the devil the Bible speaks of. All the atrocities man did being brought on account, and there's witnesses out crying out unto the Most High judge for justice. So that's a testimony out against Esau, which is truth, man. Which is why he's trying to regulate in there, because he knows that there's going to be a divine judgment because of what he did. So he's being cut off by the way of the truth. That's the reward of the wicked.
If I may add real quick, man, that goes to show you that the internet is a thing of the Lord, man. Because it's a gift and a curse, curse for Esau, man. It reveals him, man, and what he tried to do is run away from who he is.
Yeah. The spirit, the dreadful sound is in his ears.
You're a vagabond, you're the vagabond in the earth. Going back in the cane. Change his identity, change the landmarks, and now he's been found out. Jeremiah 4:19. You can't hide himself.
Yep, I made it. Back to brothers up. The 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, so this ain't talking about the Antichrist, like these Christians will say. They wait on one man to show up to be that ultimate anti-Messiah. Nah, this is talking about a nation of people who is known as wicked. So we link that over with what Malachi 1 and 4. Esau Edom is a board of wickedness. Or Job 9:24. Earth was given to the hands of the wicked. Like, who rules the world? So you you gotta put two and two together, find out who that's really talking about. So the wicked Edomites had to be revealed, so-called white man, and he would be exposed by the Lord's prophets. And that's what's consuming these devils. So what's gonna come after he be accused to the Most High? Wait, the Lord's gonna come back and teach what is it? The chairs, the ICDL. They're gonna be crying out for, man. We time for America.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this place, man.
And just like you was mentioning earlier, if this place continue on, man, everybody will die. That's the vibration they get pushed forth in this Western Hemisphere, man.
Yeah, cause like wickedness, people don't shun wickedness no more. Everything has no standard. Boundaries are constantly being crossed, and people are rejecting the scriptures. They got a thing right now where they're trying to pass a law with, like, you know, you can't call a mother anymore. You can't call a father anymore. Like, what the fuck? There's so much confusion.
And they showed you like a lot of dystopian films. They call them their birth parents. A lot of times they'll just, for lack of better words, make them test tubes, baby, so they can raise them on their own.
Right.
Because he's a Russian scientist. He made a bad point. He said, "You give me one control. You give me a control of one generation, and I'll conquer the world." And that's why you can see one of Esau's biggest fetishes is messing with the kids, man. Separating. Number one, he's gonna try to separate you from your parent. He's gonna try to make you disrespect your parent, make you not reverence your parent, which is thus says the Bible, just so you can reverence him more. You know.
Yeah. Like to the man in the house, man. There's no standard with you little niggas, man. You young niggas.
Yeah.
You know?
You soft.
Like the nigga, Deacon, not Deacon, but brother Side. He was telling niggas so it's nigga wrong.
Fresh.
Soft ass.
Nigga walk with a switch. Shit, you
Smack.
Smell like coconut oil.
Smack.
nigga roll his eyes.
He smell.
They just get a quick attitude this way. They don't like you.
And you can see it through his line. Hold on, bro. Crazy. That's the emotional guy. And that's the spirit why he couldn't keep the scriptures either.
Second Ezra chapter 4 in verse 26, it says, it's like I want to get this first. Yeah, it's second Timothy 3 in verse let's start from the top. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." It's coming. It says, "For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." See, and this is what Esau's pushing. Like the officer was just going into this nigga. He's trying to separate you from your parents. You know, to not make you look at your mother like a mother, your father like a father. But really, that's contrary to the Lord, man. Because the Lord tell you to honor thy mother and thy father. You see, but Esau, through his logic, he's trying to do away with what the Lord wanted, man. And even in these perilous times, that's gonna cause a lot of things to cease, man. You see, that natural affection. The Lord tell you how the love of many is gonna wax cold. But yeah, it's going to be from the things that Esau is going to present, because even the family, yes, it's sanctioned by the Lord, but Esau going to be the one to orchestrate it, man.
That's right.
You know, when you go into his AI databases, that shit sucks water from the earth, and that's going to bring forth a lack of energy going into your grids, you see, and even your fucking food, man. You know, it's going to be crops not getting irrigated, your water going to run dry, your sewage going to run dry, you see? So he gonna put people in a condition where they can only act beastly, man. You know?
I'm gonna add to bro, but like that's it, be spiritual, you know. Disobedience to parents, not only your mother and your father, but they say it's honor wills as well. That's a form of your mother, you know. You suck your breast, your father, you know, most time, because he the one that gave us the wills to honor. So it's like, man, the Lord gave us teachers, prophets, elders, you know, the bishops. People despise it. They look over, you know, the standard of the Most High Center. They talk shit about the apostles. So eventually, you know, what happens to a rebellious kid? They get put to death. According to the law.
Yeah, let me skip over to 2 Ezra 4, verse 26. It says, "Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for this world hasteth fast to pass away."
Yeah, this current world is hastening. You can see it. The Lord is speeding up time, man. That shows you how much Most High is ready to get rid of America. He's speeding up the time as prophesied.
Yeah. Because it says it cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come.
Yeah, that's what Paul was talking about. No eye have seen or ear heard the things which the Most High's promises. Those who love him. Immortal body, immortality, right? Everlasting peace and tranquility. Frank Wood. You got no word, no care in the world anymore. You just live. Traveling planets.
Heavenly Father, this is your point. And that's what the Lord wants us to understand. Understand the scripture.
It says it cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmity.
Yeah, that's what we came down to the conclusion that this world is full of unrighteousness and corruption. Everything's a problem. You can't escape the ill dealings of America, man. Understand the Esau City was always an issue here and there. You know, your diet fucked up. The water fucked up, the air fucked up, man. These niggas spraying chemtrails, you know. Yeah, you sick. They taking seeds out of fruits, you know.
Yeah.
They trying to make it where you can't plant seeds no more.
Yeah.
You can't even farm. Then when you come to them for all things. And it's a food that they give you, it's full of chemicals, man.
We poison our water, and then the water we gotta go get from them is fucked up too.
Yeah.
We got the issue.
He trying to make it illegal to do home remedies.
I was just about to say, then you can't collect the rain.
I never said that.
Lock your ass
What you in for?
Yeah.
Collecting rain.
You trying to live? Lock your ass looking trying to live.
But that's how you know that nigga a greedy devil, man. He cornered the market on everything.
Yeah.
He's finna get ready to corner the market on air. That's why you hear a lot of these things they talk about the CO2 emissions.
Right.
You gotta be aware of that shit, man.
Like a carbon footprint, you know. You're gonna do so much before you get tagged. They take away your funds or whatever. You be restricted. You know.
You can't breathe, brother. It's $4.99.
You got the AC on 72, it's too hot. Turn that shit on 80 something.
And he gonna take your car too. There ain't gonna be no gas cars. So he gonna say that's polluting the air. So he gonna put you in some electric so he can turn that shit off when he wants to.
And you, in 15 minutes, you want to get in the car to get away. You can only go 15 minutes up the street. But then they might cut this shit off. You can't go nowhere, man.
That motherfucker might drive you to the police station.
Yeah.
You think he finna get away? I got something for him. This motherfucker in the left and the right and the left. You at the police station. But it just shows you how this devil want complete control. He got all the rulership of the world. He can change the laws and legislations, but he's complete control. He got chips in the cars. He got chips in your phone. But his complete control is what putting a chip in you. That's why it's a thing called the Internet of Things and the Internet of Everything. But none of that can't work unless it's people getting chipped, man.
Right.
You know.
It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Yeah, we wait on the destruction. It's not yet come.
It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if be placed where the evil is sown, pass not away.
Yeah, so the place is talking about America. Exactly. Saying what the evil is sown. Like we can bring out in Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that caused all the earth to be polluted. You know, this is the place that's wrong with the earth.
Yeah, it says, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away.
Yep, pass away with what? A great noise. That's fulfilling 2 Peter 3rd chapter. The heavens pass away with a great noise. That's thermonuclear fire, man. Yeah.
Then cannot it come that is sown with good.
So unless this place gets uprooted, turned upside down, then you can't expect good to happen. So any kind of peace that you're trying to obtain on this side, you ain't gonna find, man. There's always gonna be a problem. You may obtain riches, money, wife tripping, you know, you're sick, charity turned against you, whatever. But you always gonna be a fucking servant on Esau. Lord made us to be kings, man. Not to be taking orders from Esau. He's a servant. Oh, that's fulfilling Ezekiel. Genesis 35. I mean, 27. 27, yeah. Right. I made him thy Lord.
And that's why you can, you can always see Jacob synonymous with kings. Say black king, black queen, and shit like that.
Right.
Esau's not synonymous with that, man. Showing you that we was always set up to be rulers. You know? Even a lot of the sayings they're saying here, we were really set up to be rulers, but how Esau distraught the people's minds, they can't really see straight. And that's going to be the perfect fulfillment of that Sirach 11, ones that was never thought of who won the crown. But if you look back at it, it was designated for the ones that was never thought of, was the crown was designated for them from the beginning. You know?
And it shows you, and even in this lower state, we still got that somewhat kingly mindset. You know, they got the floss stuff. That's what we're going to do in the kingdom. We're going to glory in the nations, in their positions, man. See, we're going to stuff, we're going to have gold chain, gold teeth, you know. They were made to rule. They were made to rule, man. You can't put no fucking gold chain on Esau. Gold teeth, and spit that shit on your right. You know, even Paul Wall, I don't know Paul Wall or Jacob, you know, he don't go right with that shit, man. He look like an eagle, man. You know, but that shit being Jacob.
Better in chains.
Yeah.
Lord gonna do that. Tell you how he gonna dress Israel up. And fine linen. He's gonna take us out. He's gonna bring back the beauty of Zion.
That place my feet glory.
It's the spirit because we've been so down so long. And Jake fell from a high state when you compare this condition into the condition was of Solomon. When Solomon was ruling, or the condition was when David was ruling. We even lower than we was when we was in the wilderness, man. You know, because the reason why we so low because our people don't know the Most High. And they ain't trying to get to know him. At least in the wilderness, our people is trying to get to know the Lord. But here and now, they totally reject him in his ways. That's the reason why homosexuality is out here running rampant.
Right. Okay.
I got to tell you. This is
He can
Ecclesiastes.
hold it for a moment. You got. I must be reading.
Now, I actually got another one.
You got it, bro. You got to get one.
This is Ezekiel 35. And I start from the top. It's NLT. And the headline reads, "A message for Edom." Again, a message came to me from the Lord, Yahweh, Son of Man. Turn and face Mount Seir and prophesy against its people. Give them this message from the sovereign Lord. I am your enemy, O Mount Seir, and I will raise my fist against you to destroy you completely.
Got it up.
I will demolish your cities.
It's like that fish represents the outer shot. Right? That's that right hand. Beat down Esau. Yeah.
Give them, select. And I will raise my fist against you to destroy you completely. I will demolish your cities and make you desolate.
Your cities. The West City cities. It means citizens of America. Right? That's talking about America, man. Demolish. Talking about the fire. And the chair from the Most High. You got it?
Then you will know that I am the Lord, Yahweh.
See, that's how the Lord's name gonna be glorified. The Lord had to bring that back out, prove that point. This is how the Lord's gonna get his glory. When you read 2 John 12:2-8, it speaks about the Lord saying, Lord, I glorify that name, you know, but I will glorify it again.
Yeah, that's it.
It was first done back in ancient Egypt. But now we're in modern day Egypt. And this place gonna be completely uprooted and destroyed and demolished. People gonna know that it was Yahweh by Shimon Shah who orchestrated this great destruction. Right. He's gonna live on forever in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. The Lord is known by the
Judgment, forever memorial, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. They remember that? It's gonna be everlasting. Everlasting fire.
Verse 5. your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless.
Right. So it keeps going back to what you niggas did to the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You have not paid any kind of justice to. You know, they still beg for fucking reparations at this point in the game. Then they don't give no fucking reparations. But we see why, you know, the Lord is putting the spirit on them not to do it, because He's preparing them for judgment. He don't want you to get, he don't want you to get, he don't want Esau to give you any kind of reparations over me, because He wants that judgment to be that much more satisfying. Yeah.
Coming right up.
Judgment's coming right up. Coming right up.
Like Birdman.
When I had already punished them for their sin.
So they had took it farther than what they supposed to. The Most High said to them do that though. Why? So He can get your ass how He wanted to. So you drunk too much at the bar, you had too much to eat. Now you gotta pay up the tab, man. You know? You got
Time. As surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own.
That's gonna be America. Because it speaks about how the land that is blue with blood. Can we get that real quick? Is that number 35? I got you. There's a lot of blood that's been shed on America that has not been covered, man. It has not been recognized. Hold on.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, and verse 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Yeah, and America was polluted. You got it?
For blood it defileth the land.
Yeah, the so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans, a known fact that a lot of blood was shed on the soils of America. You got it?
The land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein,
Right?
but by the blood of him that shed it.
He that shed a man's blood will by man shall his blood be shed. So, you know, the Lord is preparing you people out there, you Americans, you Edomites, for destruction. Because Isaiah 14 prepares slaughter for his children. They 48 niggas and their fathers, man. So this is where we started escalating the earth with World War III and the nukes being on the scene. The Lord's preparing a slaughter for the children of Israel.
It just says, your turn has come.
Yep.
Experience.
Yep.
Your turn.
Your turn. I was busy now, I was busy dying in there, or daughter Eve. Yep. All right, up. Rejoice and be glad, oh daughter Eve.
There's Lamentations chapter 4. In verse 21, it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Said,
Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt and shall make thyself naked.
Yeah. So, but the Lord is saying, you know, you niggas out there who did all these atrocities to Jake, hey, rejoice, man. You better live it up while you can, because eventually you're gonna be rewarded. Thomas Jefferson had the quote. He said that it's like I live it up. I fear for my people, for this land, because I know that the Most High is a just power, or something like that. Like probably look it up and find it. Also, who was that? Kennedy, when Kennedy said that what the Most High is black. Suppose we had oppressed that, you know. Somebody can find them two quotes, Bible shop. Yeah, Andrew. Something.
yep. This is Isaiah 14 and verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, Lord, fill the face of the world with cities. Right? So the Lord gonna prepare you niggas on the slaughter. So the milsons were not created in vain. They were created to serve a purpose. To recompense you devils, all the things you know that you're guilty of. You're filled with shame for glory, and you're eating on the back of the Israelites, man. You set you niggas up. You're standing on us. The Lord gonna knock you off, man.
Yes, this is this quote from Thomas Jefferson. It says, indeed I tremble for my country, when reflect that the Most High is just.
Right.
It says that his justice cannot sleep forever, that considering numbers, nature, and natural means, and it's like in natural means only a revolution of a wheel of fortune, an exchange of situation is among possible events. It says that it may become probable by supernatural interference.
Supernatural. Now who he's referring to? The Most High. So, but see, the Most High, man, they understand the Most High is a just power. When they go into the script, the Most High read them, it's evil. You know, so they consider like when the hell we deal with the so-called blacks, Native Americans, Tainos, Hispanics, right? They're like, damn, we did a lot of fucking dirt. You know when you go into the scriptures, especially when they know that we are the Israelites, they can, hey, the Lord always revenge his people, man. You see? So this is why, you know, the prophet, you know, seeing is such a big crowd with these devils. They know that the Lord gonna bring forth justice. You know?
Yeah, I got that quote by Robert F. Kennedy. But suppose God is black. Yeah, a quote by Robert F. Kennedy. But suppose God is black.
Yeah, they know that. Why would you say something like that, man? You read Revelation 1 and 14. Shit, open his eyes up.
Yeah.
Rubbing icon and all that.
What if we go to heaven and we all, so like, what if we go to heaven and we, all our lives, have treated the Negro as an inferior? And God is there and we look up and he is not white. Woo. What then is our response?
Yeah, so this is what they find out now. It was on some way back then, but now people are finding out that when you really go to the scriptures, it identifies the Most High as a so-called black man. So that white Jesus that you need promoted was a lie the whole time. And here it is, you're oppressing people who look just like the Messiah and the prophets of old. Like the brother said, you got the Russian icon, right? Along with the scriptures to back it up. Like, you niggas know that your time is short. So Lamentation 4 is saying, hey, live it up, rejoice, or daughter Edom. Hey, the cup of slavery, oppression, shall pass unto thee. And you're gonna be, the Lord gonna make your ass naked, meaning that he's gonna reveal you. Right?
This Jeremiah 6 and verse 19. It says, "Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people."
Backing up what the brother brought out, what Thomas Jefferson quoted, this supernatural recompense, is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem outside our power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, that stands for the day. You get real quick out, 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Go right back to you. Because the Most High is a God of judgment, recompense, vengeance, and all of that. He ain't just good. Nah. The Lord is a just God. Yeah.
This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yeah, on all levels. And he's talking about recompensing the elect. First and foremost. Alright? So what are we crying for? Justice. Christian church, we didn't know that Most High, you know, they use that turn of the cheek. You know, the whole Gentile shit. This shit had us in the region. When you go into the fact that the Most High is coming back to destroy Edom, and you find out who Edom is in the nations, it's like, oh shit. The Most High coming back to his exact vengeance. Wait ye upon me until I rise into the praise. So the Most High promotes getting your lick back, man. But it has to be Yahweh Shai first. This is the reason why we're crying out for the Lord to send forth the Savior. So it's a justice thing, it's a righteous thing, a recompense tribulation to those who trouble us. Who trouble us, man, it's so-called white man. That ain't a fucking mystery.
Call law, y'all about to
Lord make it point, man.
See? In that spirit, Thomas Jefferson, what it says, this supreme, supernatural
Interference.
interference, man. And who that is? Only God.
Only God.
I think that's all you asking.
I was gonna bring out a quote.
This
This is a quote from the 26th president, man, Theodore Roosevelt. And he quoted, "A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education."
Why would he say something like that?
You know so.
The motherfucker knew something.
He was the president. This probably what 1912.
They knew what the so-called blacks and Native Americans were, and Hispanics were. All right.
Don't tell me that. He called on you.
All right. Paul said, all right. Why that's on your time?
We saw a tag and say, all right. Out of all the things, get a middle back tag. All right.
In front of us.
But hey, the Lord working, man. We crying for real justice up here, man. Recompense, blood. See? All right.
What's the saying in the world? No justice, no peace. In Second Ezra 4, this place must be destroyed. It must be a righteous recompense in order for true peace, which come through the kingdom of heaven being set up on earth to come. It's like you got it.
I made it back to brothers up. I got one for you. This Psalm 89 and verse 14.
Right.
Justice and judgment
Come on.
are the habitation of thy throne.
All right.
Mercy and truth shall go before thy face.
Yeah. So that's the foundation for us. That's how you get things done, man. That's how you decrees things on earth. It's established on justice and judgment. When you go into judgment, you go into that real quick. You love it. So it's saying mercy and truth should go before the Lord's face. Before the Lord shows up, you will see mercy being displayed. First and foremost, in the form of this knowledge which came through the blood of Yahweh to let us know that, we have enemies. Lord don't love everybody, man. We are his chosen people. He's coming back to save his remnant. These are key things you gotta know in his life. If you don't, man, as an Israelite, your ass is dead. The Lord did not show you mercy. Mercy and truth. He saw his shall go before the Lord's face.
Yep, going into that word judgment, and it goes into mashapat, and it goes into act of deciding a case.
Right, but there's a plea being made by the witnesses. We got the records, the report. Yeah, this nigga did it. Yeah.
It says process, procedure.
Yeah, that intense investigation, that thorough investigation, all the evidence being brought up on the table, then lay it out. The Lord's like, yeah, you got a strong case. Yeah.
Yep, it goes into it says sentence, decision, execution of judgment.
Yeah, so sentencing.
Our sins have reached into the heavens. Yep, it says sentence, decision of judgment, execution of judgment.
Right, so sentencing, right? First you get sentenced and then you get judged. There's a time period in which, as you're on death row, they come and get you out there cell and get ready to put your ass to death. That's Esau.
That's it.
He's been found, caught, convicted. Now we wait on his judgment day. See? That's what the Lord doing right now, man. Judgment, that's a habitation of the Lord's throne.
It's a time of judgment.
Time appointed, yep. Job 4:25. Lord appointed his time. Like that.
It's the book of Psalm 66, and I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, come and see the works of the Most High. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men.
Yeah, like we brought it earlier, that's how the Lord gonna make himself known when he fuck up America. He fuck up Esau. Everybody gonna know, like, damn, this is the reward that you get for being wicked. Let me not do that again, man. Because Esau gonna get screwed up. In the worst way, man. So the Lord is a terrible power. He's a power that to be feared, and he weighs you out until your judgment day. But when that judgment comes, it's gonna be very, very harsh. right? So much where you're not going to be able to overlook it, man.
This is Obadiah 1 and 10. I'm going to drop down to 15. And it reads, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee."
Yep, against Jacob, see, shame should cover it. Yep.
God, and we in those times right now, man, where hey, shame is covering this man. He's complaining more than ever, man. Right now, man. He's feeling it, man. You know?
And that's why I say judgment waiteth for them in Ezekiel the 7th chapter. Judgment waiteth for you. You know?
And it reads,
It's
and
like your blood. It's just that has hated blood shall pursue thee. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
You got it.
God. And it reads, "And thou shalt be cut off forever." Verse 15, "For the day of the Lord is near upon all heathen. All the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head."
Yeah, so that's the Lord saying that whatever you did to my people, hey, it's going to be returned back unto you. No scripture say that Esau shall get double. All the nations. All of those, Jeremiah 30. They're real quick, Bible study. 30, 16. All the adversaries, everyone shall go into captivity.
This is Jeremiah 30 and 16. And it reads, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured."
Yeah, all that took us captives, rejoiced over us, man, poisoned us, tried to fucking commit genocide against us. Hey, now you gotta feel, now you gotta drink of that cup, now you gotta feel that pain. You gotta,
"And all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
right,
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil."
right. And ultimately America, Esau, America will be a spoil. It speaks about Isaiah 33. Wars will be a spoilers, and thou art not spoiled. So yeah, all the nations gonna be judged, but the Lord's gonna be the nation judge Esau first. My thumb for warfare. And then that word to come, all nations gonna go into captivity. But that's our rightful life, sir. It is right. You know?
"And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Right. Yeah.
For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Lord Yahweh, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after."
Right. We were the shit of the earth at one point, but we will be restored by way of his word. Right. The word, the heal of all things. So this is the process of restoring right now. And only the elect are going to be able to be rebuilt up in the mind, restored with the ancient knowledge which was once lost, and ultimately go back to Jerusalem. See?
It reminds me of the prodigal son.
Right.
You know? You got it.
Yeah, this is Revelation 13 and verse 10. Start verse 9. "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword."
Yeah,
Right.
this is straight up, you know? If you got people trying to flip that scripture, like that ain't what they're talking about, but we brought it out the precept to back that up. Jeremiah 30, 16, precept on precept. So he who leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who led us into captivity? It's known that the Jews, the so-called Jews, forwarded or they funded or financed the slave ships, right? To bring us into captivity. So that's Amalek. All right, that's the head of Esau. He's going to go into captivity along with the rest of Edom. You know? He said, "He that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword." That fulfills Ezekiel 25. "I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the way of my people Israel. And they should do according to my angels like that."
I mean, and to your point, it's called justice, man.
Right.
You know, everything that this devil sowed, that's going to be the same thing that he going to reap. Because a lot of these people who did a lot of wicked things, like Thomas Jefferson, niggas died peacefully, man. Niggas ain't really get judged for real. Even Ronald Reagan, one of the biggest dope dealers, niggas didn't get judged for real. You know, the nigga was living it up until the day that he died. Guess when he's going to get his judgment in the kingdom? when these niggas go into slavery. That's why the Lord let these wicked ass devils live long lives, man. You know?
Yeah, Rothschild and shit, they be dying peaceful. You wake up in the kingdom, nigga.
Yeah. I like that shirt, man.
Appreciate it.
Sit it to the side, yeah. In that spirit, we made that statement earlier. We synonymous with kings, man. You know?
But if I make this last part, it says, "Here is the patience and faith of the saints."
Ooh, the patience of the saints. That's what we're waiting on. See? That's why we sucking this thing out. Holding fast what the Lord has given us, man, because there's going to be a reward for the righteous and also for the wicked.
That's right.
He that live to see the downfall of the enemy, you know, it's another song as well, man. He's somebody that watches the feet of the blood of the nigga. Like Revelation 18:20. Since for rejoicing over her thou heaven, the holy apostle and prophet, will have avenged you upon her. So we wait for America to be uprooted and destroyed, man. That entails what everlasting peace.
Yep. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and that dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee."
Yeah, because we didn't do it in the Esau. That's why Psalm 50 says, "He has stretched forth his hand unto such as be at peace with him." The Native Americans, they tried to take a bitch ass in, and what did you bring? Smallpox and a sword. Or whatever kind of disease that you had, man. You try to commit genocide. Well, we can take them. They docile, you know, paint them out to be savages. But that's Esau. You're a creative monster and justify destroying a people. On lies. Yeah.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, so Esau spoiled not only the Israelites, but also other nations as well. So that's why our Lord gave everybody nukes to be able to rid against America with destruction. And that's why you got World War III that's being talked about. America will go down, whether you like it or not. You repent or die, man. You know, so with that, we give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
nobody see the apostle and elders of great millstone. Till next time we say shalom.
Shalom.
Tonight.
Night.
Right now.
Night.
All right.